Y'all, so let me tell y'all about this time the whole ER had to be drug tested. Okay, so it's February 2021, and we all know what was going on then. The vid. Yes. The girl COVID was running rampant, honey. So I'm working in Barstow, California. Yes, California, in the desert. So we know what's illegalized there, right? Okay. So I'm working in a small ER in Barstow, but because the vid was running rampant, there was people everywhere. I mean, it was chaotic, crazy. So I'm in the middle of taking care of about a good 4 to 5 patients that are coughing, sneezing, shitting, and God knows what else everywhere. I'm gowned up, gloved up, masked up, shield on. The last thing I want to do is take all this stuff off to go take a drug test, right? Okay. So I'm working, taking care of my patients, and a coworker comes tells me, she's like, hey, did you hear that the whole ER is about to be drug tested? I'm like, girl, what? For what? Why are we doing this? I was like, well, what happened? Because myself, I am very observant. I did not notice any abnormal behavior from anyone. But then again, there was a lot going on, and I didn't really have time to people watch like that other than my patients. So I could see how I missed it. But anyway, so while she telling me that, after she tells me that, I'm like, okay, whatever. When they come up to me, no problem. I'm gonna give them what they want, because at that time I hadn't gotten out and about yet like I wanted to. Okay, so I was like, working or whatever, and then another coworker comes up to me. She's like, hey, girl. I'm like, what's up? My patient keeps complaining of being in pain, and I'm like, oh, in my head, girl, I'm not the damn doctor. Why are you telling me this? I was like, okay, you talk to the doctor? You know, they gave him some. What's going on? Yeah, he's had 2 doses of morphine already. But here's the thing. I didn't give it to him. Well, girl, are you telling on yourself right now? Because if you are, then we don't need to everybody don't need to take the drug test. You just told on yourself, so I'm about to go tell on you. So I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? She was like, girl, listen, this nurse here, and she points to the girl, right? She keeps asking to medicate my patients for me. I was like, bitch, what? She's like, yeah, she keeps asking to medicate my patient. And I'm just like, girl, I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want any dealings in this. Why are you telling me this? And side note, okay, I tend to go off on a tangent, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep that short. This little side story short and sweet. People tend to come up to me often and tell me their business. Like, I don't know if I have, hey, talk to me written on my face. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. I don't know, but they tend to do this, and it happens often. And I just roll with it, because you know what? I never know whose life I'm saving. You might need somebody to confide in and talk to, and who better than a stranger? Okay, all right. So we're off that. Okay, so she's telling me this, and I'm like, girl, what? I was like, girl, listen, everybody's gonna have to take a drug test in here. Go tell the director what is happening. She's like, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Well, whore, you're about to get a lot of people in trouble that's probably dibbling and dabbling. And when I say that, I don't mean with the hard narcotics at the hospital. I mean, because I said California, we all know California is friendly with the ganja. It is illegal there. So I'm just like, girl, tell on this girl. This is not your friend. Do you know? So then here I go. I start asking, do you know her? Did y'all come on this travel assignment together? Like, what's up? No, I don't know her. She's here with her husband. So I was like, oh, they married? Because I would see them hanging out together, but I didn't know they was husbands. Let me tell you, when I go on travel assignments, I talk to people, but I really like to people watch and see how people move, because one thing I will tell you is, you rarely do you have friends when it comes to this nursing game. And no, I'm not saying that there are no good people in nursing that really can be your long-term friend. Please don't take it like that. But what I'm saying is, you gotta watch. You gotta watch, baby, before you start calling folks your friends, okay? So anywho, so I was like, okay, girl, go tell. And she was like, no, I don't know. Now this is my patient, and I don't even want to be involved in that. So if I didn't say anything, and plus I know my urine was clean. So girl, give me this cup, let me pee, and let me get on with my day. So anywho, so the girl we go about our day. The girl goes on to ask the dude, hey, the patient, are you still in pain? He's like, yeah. He's at this point he's like moaning and groaning, yelling out, or whatever. And he's like, he don't know what's going on because he's had medicine and it's not working. So they take us down 10 at a time to go to drug tests. Oh wait, I didn't tell y'all why. So this is what happened. So when a girl came up to tell me that everybody's being drug tested, it was because there was a paramedic that went to the bathroom, the employee bathroom, okay? Employees only. And he found a vial of morphine that was in the bathroom, in the toilet. I guess they thought they flushed it, but they didn't. And I'm just like, the nursing side of me and the morally right side of me, I guess that's how you can say it, was like, okay, I get it. I get why you went and he went and got the director to come and look at this in the toilet. Because the director ended up telling us that's what happened. I get it. I get it. But then the other side that don't want no part in none of that, flush the toilet and get the fuck out of there. Because just flushing and leave. But I get it, and I don't do those type of hard drugs. So I don't do drugs at all. Let me clear that up. But if I was someone to do drugs, I would not do those type of drugs. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, cool. We go pee or whatever. Everybody goes pee, 10 people at a time. So the next day, the girl that came up to me was like, hey, my patient's in pain, blah, blah, blah. She comes up to me again. I'm just like, girl, here you go again, girl. Girl, why do you keep coming to me? Like, girl, And I'm just like, yeah, what's up? She's like, girl, if you notice they're not here today. I said, okay, was they on the schedule? No, they weren't on the schedule. So she went and found out the people didn't show up. Again, the director told her, honey, this is another thing. When it comes to directors and managers, whatever you tell them, be prepared for others to find out, because it's never just between you two. They're going to tell somebody. If it's just one person, they're going to tell someone, and that person is going to tell someone. Keep it to yourself if you can. But anyway, the director told her that the people were on the schedule, the guy and the girl, and they never came back. I'm like, oh God. Well, problem solved. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's finish this assignment. Okay. This is my thing. I have been on about 3 assignments, a strike, where someone was caught diverting also. Just recently at my staff job. I have to tell y'all about that because I did take a staff job. But I did it it's strategic. I took it because I'm trying to do something, okay? And I'll tell y'all about that in a later video. But anywho, someone at my staff job that I worked with before at another facility, because the nursing world is so small, recently got fired because he was diverting. And when I say I was so shocked, I was just extremely at a loss for words. I was like, really? I literally knew this dude from a different facility. But what I will say is I got a report from him just one time at this new job, and he was off. And I remember it stuck with me so much so that I told one of my best friends about it. And I'm like, girl, I worked with this guy and I worked with him before, but something was off about him this time. I was like, I don't want to say drugs. Maybe he was tired. But in my spirit, I knew something wasn't right. But I wasn't going to say nothing because I don't like speculation. I'm not going to assume. You could have just been tired. You could have had an off day. If you're doing something, it always comes out. That's the thing. People think they're going to get away with it forever. You're not. It's going to come out. So just stop, okay? But yeah. So that was the story time on how the whole ER had to be drug tested. And yeah. So tell me if y'all want to hear more, okay?